All right, let's get into it. We're talking about a team with one of the most, complicated stories in all of professional sports, the Los Angeles Chargers. This is a franchise that's truly a tale of two cities, defined by incredible talent, crushing heartbreaks, and a fan base that's been pulled in two different directions. And this right here, this just says it all, doesn't it? On the left, where they started when they came back to LA, a cozy little soccer stadium. And on the right, the absolute spaceship they play in now, SoFi Stadium. It's the perfect picture of a franchise trying to find its footing all over again. So that really brings us to the big question, How in the world does a team spend more than half a century becoming a legend in one city, only to pack up and leave it all behind to go back to the city where they originally spent just one single season? It's a wild story about loyalty, big business, and what a team's identity is really all about.
To really get what's happening now, you gotta look back. And for the Chargers, back almost entirely means San Diego. That's where they built a 56-year legacy and became a part of the city's DNA. Believe it or not, they actually started out in 1960 as the Los Angeles Chargers. They were one of the original teams in the AFL. But after just one season, they moved down the coast to San Diego in '61. And for the next 5.5 decades, they weren't just a team in San Diego, they were San Diego. And wow, did they make some memories there. They won their only championship, the AFL title, way back in '63. They basically reinvented offense in the late '70s. They made it to their one and only Super Bowl in 1994 and had the best record in their entire history in 2006. This team had deep, deep roots in that city. And if you're going to talk about that whole exciting era, you've got to talk about this guy, Hall of Fame quarterback Dan Fouts. He was the pilot for one of the most game-changing offenses the league has ever witnessed. So here's the deal with Air Coryell. Under Coach Don Coryell, they just changed football. It was this high-flying, pass-first attack that was way ahead of its time. While everyone else was running the ball, the Chargers were throwing it all over the yard. And get this, for 6 seasons in that era, nobody threw for more yards. Nobody. They were an absolute blast to watch. But here's the painful part. For all that excitement, the biggest prize was always just out of reach. They made it to the Super Bowl one time, back in '94, but they ran into a juggernaut San Francisco 49ers team. That number? 49-26. That's as close as they ever got to the top of the mountain. And that feeling of being so close, yet so far, well, it kind of became the story of the team. Which, unfortunately, brings us to the most painful chapter in their history. For years, there was this back and forth over getting a new stadium in San Diego, and when a deal couldn't be made, the owners made a decision that shook the NFL. They were moving back to Los Angeles. And this was pretty much the final word from owner Dean Spanos in January 2017. With just a few sentences, 56 years of history in San Diego, poof, gone. And a really uncertain new chapter as the Los Angeles Chargers began. Yeah, their big return to LA, it wasn't exactly a red carpet rollout. For 3 seasons, they played their home games in this soccer stadium, which holds like 30,000 people. That's less than half the size of a normal NFL stadium. Let's just say it was an awkward start. And this slide really puts numbers to the struggle they were facing. Look at that first game back in LA. Only about 25,000 people showed up, and people there said the crowd was basically a 50-50 split between Chargers fans and fans of the other team. Imagine that. It felt like an away game at home. It was a clear sign they had a long, long road ahead to win over LA. Okay, so how do you fix that? Well, the franchise has been trying to build a new identity from the ground up, and the game plan has been pretty clear. Get a spectacular new home, find a superstar quarterback to build around, and bring in a coach who knows how to win. And this is the crown jewel of that new identity. SoFi Stadium, which they share with the Rams, is just one of the most incredible buildings in the world. It was a massive statement that they are in Los Angeles for good this time. So you've got the building blocks, right? First, you draft a quarterback with a cannon for an arm in Justin Herbert. Then you go out and hire a proven winner, Jim Harbaugh, to be your head coach. And when you have the stadium and the stars, what happens? The fans start to show up. Those early attendance problems have definitely gotten better as they try to grow a whole new generation of fans. But here's the thing, right? No matter where they play, San Diego, LA, you name it, some things about the Chargers just never change. Their real identity is bigger than a zip code.
It's about an iconic look in the legendary players who wore it. Just look at this. On the left, you've got their very first logo from 1960. On the right, the modern one. And what's the one thing that's always there, connecting every single era? That lightning bolt. The style changes, but the bolt remains. It's the one symbol that ties it all together. And you absolutely cannot talk about the Chargers without talking about their uniforms. Seriously, are there better jerseys in all of sports? The powder blues are legendary. That whole look is it's a masterpiece. It belongs to them. That color combination itself, the powder blue, the sunshine gold, it's as famous as any player. It's a look that has fans all over the world, people who might not have ever been to LA or San Diego. It's a brand that stands completely on its own. And at the end of the day, it's about the absolute legends who made those uniforms famous. Guys like Dan Fouts, Lance Allworth, the unforgettable Junior Seau, and LaDainian Tomlinson. Their numbers are retired forever. They are the foundation of this franchise, no matter what city it calls home. Which brings us right back to today. They're settled in LA, they have the superstar quarterback, they have the championship-level coach, they have the world-class stadium. All the pieces are there. So the only question left is the same one that's followed this team through 2 cities and more than 60 years. Can they finally win the big one?